Looks like Tank Davis was right about everybody going over to Saudi Arabia to go fight for Turki Al-Ashiki. Tank Davis said the only reason everybody going to Saudi Arabia to fight is because they cannot sell in the United States. Turki Al-Ashiki is a culture vulture. I stand on what I say. Michael Benson reported that the DAZN USA pay-per-view for the price for Terence Crawford vs. Israel Madrimov on August 3rd will be $79.99, basically $80, to watch Terence Bud Crawford fight a man with only 11 fights. I thought Mr. Turki Al-Ashiki was supposed to make boxing great again. That's what he was talking about.
Stop the cap.
Gervonta Tank Davis vs. Frank Martin had David Benavidez as the co-main event. Tank Davis and David Benavidez fought on the same card for only $75. Who is on the Bud Crawford undercard? If some of y'all know, type it up in the comment section. I'm not paying $80 to watch Bud Crawford fight this dude.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Turki Al-Ashiki thinks he can make a fool out of American boxing fans. Yo, Mr. Turki Al-Ashiki, the man who blocked me on Twitter. You best be having these fights in Saudi Arabia, bro. Don't try to come to the United States of America and screw Americans out of money.
That's right.
And it looks like today must have been a slow news day for boxing media on Twitter. Just Twitter. Michael Benson tweeted out, how does a Tank Davis vs. Shakur Stevenson fight play out in your opinion? He playing hypothetical boxing, but let's just do this for a second. How y'all think a fight between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson would go? I think we already know the answer to that.
This nigga's scared.
Gervonta Tank Davis never had hand issues in his career. The only time Tank hurt his hand, he ended up putting on a masterful performance against Pitbull Cruz. Shakur Stevenson got a hurt hand, and the man runs all 12 rounds. And in his last fight, Shakur Stevenson actually claimed that both of his hands was hurting. This dude on Twitter asked Shakur Stevenson, was your hands hurting when you was fighting Artem Harotunyan? Shakur said, yeah, both of them was hurting. They fragile. I'm gonna get them stronger in the off season though. Yo, Shakur Stevenson, if you was born with brittle hands, you steady gonna have brittle hands for the rest of your career.
It doesn't matter.
I don't play fantasy boxing, but I think we know how this one would go. Tank Davis would be chasing Shakur Stevenson around that ring. Shakur gonna be running, but I think Tank Davis would cut Shakur Stevenson off. Trap the man in the corner like he did Frank Martin. Beat the man's brains out and end up stopping Shakur Stevenson. If you go back to Shakur Stevenson's post-fight interview against Artem Harotunyan, Shakur Stevenson literally said that he has to learn how to cut off the ring. Let me repeat that. Shakur Stevenson admitted that he has to learn how to do something as a champion in the sport of boxing.
I'm gonna go back in the gym, work on cutting off the ring.
What's crazy is that might go over some of y'all heads, because I know that boxing fans don't know a thing about boxing. Shakur does not know how to cut off a ring, and the man basically admitted it. And Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin, that's all Tank Davis did, was cut off the ring against Frank. Tank got way more experience at the highest level. Gervonta Davis got firepower. Shakur Stevenson admitted he got brittle hands. We know how this fight would play out.
I know Southpaw TV.
On top of that, Shakur Stevenson just soft. I don't care what y'all say. The man soft as hell. Softest boxer in the sport today. Tank Davis by devastating knockout. Closed casket.
Reporting.
And Shakira Twitterson was back at it again on Twitter today. The man doesn't learn his lesson, but at least he not trying to talk gangster no more since Cameron checked the man. Shakur Stevenson tucked his tail. Now he back to being a professional boxer. I kind of respect that, but then again I don't, because it's Shakur. But Shakur Stevenson posted a video of Larry Merchant talking to Floyd Mayweather when Floyd Mayweather fought Carlos Baldomir. Apparently to Larry Merchant, Floyd Mayweather put on a boring performance. I don't think the performance was boring. I think Floyd Mayweather schooled Carlos Baldomir.
Like I said before.
Shakur Stevenson posted this just to say that even Floyd Mayweather got criticism for being quote-unquote boring. This man on Twitter says, this is old Floyd, bro. Do your research. Even then, he would still throw them hands. You just avoid, and barely let your hands go.
Who's beating me?
Then Shakur Stevenson, not knowing a thing about Floyd Mayweather's career, tweeted out that wasn't old Floyd in that ring getting interviewed by Larry Merchant. Yo, Shakur Stevenson, in this video, Floyd Mayweather was 30 years old. In his very next fight, he fought Oscar De La Hoya at 30 years old and became Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather, aka Money Mayweather. Do your research. Matter of fact, go watch the fight. After Floyd Mayweather fought Carlos Baldomir, he changed his name to Money Mayweather. He was Money Mayweather. When he fought Oscar De La Hoya, just go listen to the announcer.
Cakewalk. Easy.
I'm telling y'all, Shakur Stevenson just needs to stay off the internet. He keeps digging his own grave, making himself look worse and worse. Speaking of Shakur Stevenson, Eddie Hearn has revealed that Shakur Stevenson is set to attend Jerome Booth's Ennis vs. David Avanesian this weekend, amid interest in signing on Matchroom. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that Shakur Stevenson will be a good fit for Matchroom? I think it is perfect for Shakur Stevenson because Eddie Hearn got a stable full of bums. Of course, Shakur Stevenson wants to sign with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn ain't got nobody over there at Matchroom. Shakur Stevenson is looking for easy fights.
It hurts. You're not a pay-per-view star.
Wanna know what's crazy? Shakur Stevenson was just talking to Floyd Mayweather on FaceTime. The man was fanning out. He even took a screenshot of a FaceTime. When you take a screenshot of a FaceTime, you basically being a fan. Looks like Floyd Mayweather got zero interest in signing Shakur Stevenson. That's what Floyd Mayweather was telling Shakur Stevenson in this picture. Shakur Stevenson looks sad as hell because Floyd Mayweather is basically saying, I can't make no money off you, bro. You boring as hell. Don't you ever compare yourself to me. Shakur Stevenson is a disgrace to boxing, but at least he not trying to be a street dude no more.
That's what I heard. They call you pillow hands.
Who would know you as pillow hands?